Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the World Cyber Games 2009 Grand Finals. It's Warcraft 3 taken to the stage. And the crowd is an absolute sellout. We are packed to the rafters for Fly100% taking on Lin. Korea versus China. To bring you all the action is the Netherlands' best export since not only Edam cheese, but clogs as well. It's Rotterdam.
Thank you very much, Tosbot. No, worth mentioning, it's the semi-final, but we'll forgive you for that one. It is the semi-final. We're gonna have a Korean against Chinese semi-final. Two Orc players, gonna be a great game. Both guys had a very tough way to get here. Other semi-final is played on the smaller stage on the other room, which is Happy from Russia against Infi from China as well.
Two Chinese players have got this. Have got into the semi-finals. Yeah. Talk to us quickly about the overall tournament. What has happened to the big names like Moon and Grubby?
Moon faced the defeat of Infi, which fairly surprises me, even though Infi is a world-class player, one of the best humans in the world. Still, I really thought that Moon would have won. Moon would have taken it, but he lost 2-1. Grubby lost in a very close series to Lin, 2-1.
The Koreans have never won the World Cyber Games Warcraft, as you mentioned, and now there's just one left, and he's coming up on the stage. But first, let's talk about this man, the fan favorite, Fly100.
Yeah, Fly is playing so incredibly good lately. We can see his record so far in the league. Had a very tough group, actually one of the few groups which you could really call tough. And so far, first round of the elimination was fairly easy. Replay was a 2-0 victory, no problem for Mr. Fly. So in round of 8, he had to play against Jos, who's been playing a superb tournament so far. Jos played really well, but wow, Fly played amazing. One of Jos, I would quote Jos after the game. Jos said, "Whoa, that's just the best micro I've ever seen." And
how is this crowd going to impact upon Fly?
Everyone is going to cheer him. I was watching him on the small stage between brackets, because there were so many people watching. It was incredible. They were almost standing at the entrance. It was seriously, it was insane.
They've quickly forgiven Sky for being knocked out and moved on to Fly. The crowd find their voices for whatever the Chinese commentators are saying to them. And now we look at the Korean. It is Lin. He won BlizzCon. He's in good form. Can he take down the home favorite?
Yeah, he took down the reigning champion, so no third WCG title for Grubby. He lost the first map to Grubby. Of course, Grubby playing Orc as well, but he bounced back in the remaining two. Maps. Had some nice items in the second and the third game, but played very, very well as well.
It is, of course, an Orc mirror match.
Yep, and in Orc mirror, items are very important. That's the way the game is, but it's always possible to win without great items.
And now, let's see what we're going to get from this one as the crowd are ready to rock and roll. I guess we're going to have a look at the map in a minute, but look at all of those A Chinese fans and B signs for their players.
This is great.
Really, really behind this. This is like being at a football match.
This is all on scene, seriously. I've never seen this in 5 years of esports.
Now, even when they brought out the Chinese flag earlier, they made a massive, massive noise just for the flag. Here we go. Let's see, we're going to get this match underway. It's Fly versus Lin. We'll be right back. The World Cyber Games 2009, and this is what it's all about. Look at that crowd. Thousands upon thousands of local fans here to cheer on Fly against Lin in the Warcraft 3 semi-final. Rotterdam, who's going to win it?
I'm going for Fly just because he's playing so incredibly amazing lately. I spoke to Fly's girlfriend before the game. I said, "Hey, what did you do to Fly? This is insane." And she said,
I'm not sure I want to know the answer to that question.
No, she said he's practicing around 10 hours a day, 10 hours every day. And well, it's paying off. He won the last two big Warcraft tournaments, but of course there is no tournament like the World Cyber Games.
Here we go. Twisted Meadows to kick us off. And an Orc mirror. Talk us through those 2 points. The map.
Yeah, Twisted Meadows is a pretty big map. 4 player, 4 spawning points. You can see Fly spawning in the left top position. I hope anyone can hear me because the crowd is just cheering too hard anytime.
I can barely hear you. I'm having to push the earphone into my ear so I can hear you.
I know. We can just do it all over again. We can see Lin, the Korean Orc player, playing with blue, spawning at the right. bottom position, 5 o'clock position, while Fly is running at 10 or 11 o'clock position, playing with red. Both of these orcs are really absolute world-class orcs, probably the top 3 orcs in the world for sure, and they've proven it many times, and we're really going to see so great games. I can talk a little bit about Lynn against Grubby. It was 1-1 in the series, and the last map was Twisted Meadows, and Lynn played really well. It was so good. It was so cool to see how he played in the start. He really crept smarter than Grubby. He had more experience on his Blade Master while harassing on the same time while creeping with grunts simultaneously, which is normally a very risky thing, but he was aware of everything, so showed really how well Lynn was playing. Even though later he got a bit sloppy and the game got really close, Grubby made a really good fight against Lynn. And I think Lynn, even though he had a good item, he got himself into a into a really hard position, deep trouble, but he managed to get out, win the game, win the series, and I'm sure he's having great momentum. But what about Fly? I mean, I can't even remember the last time I saw Fly lose.
Now, if we're up to this crowd here, you'd see the semi-finals with Fly, Sky, Grubby, and Moon. They haven't taken to Lynn the way they've taken to Moon or Grubby or any of the foreigners in the past. Why is that?
Yeah, I have no idea. The only reason I can think of is that Fly is Chinese, so they like him more anyway than the Korean guy. But for the other two, I think Moon and Grubby are like symbols of Warcraft 3, like idols. They've been around for so long and they build up a huge fan base. And even though Lynn has probably been performing better than those two, at least in 2008, for the last time we can see one more Chinese sign. I have no idea what it says. Toss, translate.
I think it says "We love Rotterdam," but I'm not sure.
Again?
Again, I know.
What?
There are lots of those signs out there.
It's sick, it's going crazy.
These guys all came out just to see you, I heard.
No, I just think that's it. Like that, Grubby and Moon are really like idols of Warcraft, and even though Lynn has been performing that well, I just see him as a very good, talented player. But it's just not the same. But he does have quite a amount of fans though. It's not like he's a lonely boy over there.
He's not a lonely boy.
So meanwhile, the game is really starting. Always fun to see how players are going to creep. Lynn is starting off with the orange camp straight away, but Fly started off selling his town portal, getting Sacred of Nobility, and Fly is searching for Lynn, and we're going to see the first annotation right here. First Lane will come in, the crowd is loving us. Toss, tell us what's happening.
Here we go, the Blade Master decides against going for, showing himself, and against going for that attack. Now he's going to take on Lynn's Grunt, as Fly, remember, just is in red, Lynn in blue, and Lynn's Blade Master is taking about 50% damage, so he is in a position to be attacked by that Blade Master Fly, and those two grunts are going to come in and help. Lynn's Blade Master is down into red health on 115, so important stuff, an important little harassment here from Fly, just keeping Lynn on his toes.
Yep, Dust of Appearance being used by Fly. I didn't really like what Fly did there. His Blade Master got a lot of damage while he's not the one carrying healing salves around. So right now he puts himself already in a tricky position. Being on the other side of the map with no healing salve, I think he took a few hits too much there.
Now Fly is going to go back and finish off that creep camp that Lynn had gone to work on. Whilst
very important as well, because that's the one who drops the item. So even though it gives twice the amount of experience as well. So that's pretty nice for Fly. He picks up Sacred of Nobility. Wow, the crowd is loving it.
Good start for Fly, and the crowd reciprocate, find their voices for anything. Now Fly's going to poke his head at the back of Lynn, whilst Lynn's out creeping as well. Will he be able to steal the creep?
He does.
Yes. Nice work from Fly.
Oh.
Now he may try to finish off this grunt, which is quite low on health, whilst Lynn has to work with the creep camp.
Fly has to be careful though, because Lynn has boost of speed and Fly does not have boost of speed. Okay, but he is meanwhile creeping with grunts. Once again, he is creeping in the same spot as Lynn is creeping right now. There we can see it on the screen as well. One grunt taking quite some damage. I hope for him that Lynn doesn't take a peek over here.
And Lynn is going to finish off this creep camp this time. Finally can finish his breakfast, if you will.
Fly is basically doing what Lynn was doing to Grubby, being around with the Blade Master, delaying his creeping, while meanwhile creeping pretty safe with his grunts around, and also trying to steal creeps. He already got one, he got the Gnu overseer one. Okay, Lynn will get this one.
Now it's interesting because Fly is living on the edge of touch in that aggressive creeping.
Wow.
His grunts have taken a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Just a hard sort of situation to manage.
Oh. Claws of attack +6. Wow.
Good item.
That's a good item, and most of the people here agree. Yeah, his grunts took a lot of damage, but as long as you know where the enemy Blade Master is, you can take such risks.
Now, we're all set up. Some bonus points in the beginning with the items for Fly.
Yep, more items and more experience as well on the hero. So, but nevertheless, like nothing too serious, nothing Lynn can change around, that's for sure. We saw bigger things happening. But yeah, solid start for Fly, and I like his items a lot more than I like Lin's.
Here we go. Fly and Lin's Blade Masters ready to knock on each other's door once again.
Lin doing some shopping. I'm not sure what he's gonna get. Perhaps he's gonna pick up a circlet. Wow, he's gonna creep this Goblin Merchant, while Fly is actually gonna creep this Orange Camp. Wow, so close to each other. If Fly comes here, Lin is in deep trouble, but he's not. This is gonna be very fun. Interesting to see what item is Lin gonna get. He could use agility +6.
Here we go. Now he's got those creeps there.
He got the strength +6 item, which is not a great item for the Blade Master. Meanwhile, you can see Fly creeping one more. Oh, very close, but he picks up one more claw, so the Blade Master looking very strong. Close to level 3 though. He's gonna creep level 3 by creeping a small camp with his grunts alone, and if he's gonna find Lin here, Lin is in trouble. No, he just walked by. Wow, lucky Lin. Lin is level 3 though.
He gets a little rub of the green there that Fly didn't decide to poke his head down there.
Oh, but this is gonna hurt Lin already. I'm not sure if he's gonna be... Yeah, he's gonna be able to take down the Spirit Lords. Most likely, I think this, unless the Shadow Hunter is there to hex it. I'm not sure how far Lin's Shadow Hunter is. Okay, it's out as well, so he won't be able to take down the Spirit Lords.
And that Blade Master is drawing the attention of those low health unit there, as the Grunt will escape, and the Shadow Hunter comes in just to say hello and try and regroup those troops.
Lin has to be careful though, because he has no more mana on his Blade Master. Wow, critical strike, stealing both kills, one with Windwalk, one with critical strike. Well done by Fly. He just keeps going, man.
Fly is really scoring all the points on the board that are available to be scored. And now he's going to finish off one of these grunts of Lin as well.
Lin, very sloppy by Lin. Where is his Shadow Hunter? Hex just in time. Healing Salve being used on the grunt. I'm not sure how much mana there is left. Oh, 170. That grunt is going to fall down.
And now you see Fly is just constantly keeping Lin on the back foot. Okay. He's unable to really get into this game at the moment, Lin, because Fly is so aggressive and he's managing his troops so well.
True that, and Lin has to be careful because he, as I said, he doesn't have mana anymore on this Blade Master, so he really he can't afford to get a surround or something. We saw Wu doing that against Grubby. That didn't end good for Wu, and we definitely don't want to have the same type of game in this one. He does have 75 mana now, so one Windwalk, so what that means if the moment he uses Windwalk and comes out of Windwalk, he still doesn't have any mana. You can see Fly creeping his Mercenary Camp. Was very well done by Lin, by the way. I thought he was gonna lose the crown, but he used Speed Scroll to hide it around his base, so Fly couldn't find it. Oh, Lin being around the right here. Is he gonna get the last hits on the Golem? Oh, he has to be careful because the Hex could go off. Now, he shouldn't do that. He shouldn't absolutely not do that. Lin should not try to become a hero and take this Golem, because if he gets the wrong item, dust of appearance being used. Oh no!
Oh, here we go. The Hex is in, and Lin will escape. Only momentarily here now, and the Blade Master is right under the noses of those grunts, but will escape. Lucky that Fly kept his attention on the heroes rather than going for going for the creeps rather than going for the Blade Master whilst it was being attacked. And now we have Lin out creeping of his own. Again, strength.
And another Belt of Giants +6. Seriously, besides one game against Grubby, Lin has been pretty unlucky with items. I watched his games against Longwalk as well, the player he had to face in the first round of the elimination. Night of play from USA, a very good player, maybe quite underrated even. But he was Lin was collecting rings as well, and in his first game against Grubby, he was collecting rings as well. I don't know. And now 2 times +6 strength. No, not Lin's item day as of yet.
As of yet, still a long way to go. Remember, this is best of 3.
Fly really taking the edge and creeping right here though. Taking this camp down too is going to really give him an experience advantage.
Here you go. He's just mowing down the creeps as he clears out. And you see that Blade Master only just up to level 3 for Lin. And Lin is continually aggressive. If he gets caught out here, he's in trouble as he makes his way through.
Oh, Lin using the Invul Potion, but he does not take the last hit on the creep, but he did manage to steal the item. But once more, it was not a very good item. Even though this one is for the Shadow Hunter, it's not too bad. +6 intelligence on your Shadow Hunter is pretty nice. Meanwhile, Fly actually being right there, suspecting that Lin is creeping the Mercenary Camp, and that was what he was doing.
Fly seems to be one step ahead at the moment.
Yep, he is going to creep. He's going to finish off this camp. I wonder what item he's going to get. A Mana Potion would be really welcome. Word of Mana stealing is decent, but not very good.
Here we go. Both players right next to one another at the moment.
50 supply against 50 supply. A little bit better heroes for Fly and a little bit better items for him as well. But still, the battle is fairly even. The Pions are coming in as well from the top. Toss, take us away.
Here we go. As the Kodo Beast will, both of them will be ensnared as the Raiders go to work on them to hold them out of this fight for a little while. And now it will be, and you see, as you call, the Peons are about to arrive right on top. Kodo Beast is going to go to work. As in come the Peons now. from Fly as he looks to finish things off. His Blade Master's up to level 4 as he continues to push. The Shadow Hunter's taking some damage for Lin from some of those grunts, but now they're going to work on the opposite number grunts from Lin. Here we go, it's all kicking off.
Scroll of the Beast being used by Lin right there, by Fly I mean, being right there, and Fly looking very good in this battle. His Blade Master is doing an insane amount of damage, 255 critical on level 4, oh my god, we can see the crowd is loving it. Many heroes falling down, many units falling down from Lin right there. Fly losing a couple of units as well, of course, in the process. Both Shadow Hunters level up at level 3 at this equally same moment, but Fly still has that Coda Beast around, and that Coda Beast is so important. Even though Fly's Blade Master is taking quite some damage, Mana Potion he has on his Shadow Hunter though, 228 critical, 1 Spirit Walker falls down. All the Pines of Lin very low in HP, getting sniped down, and Lin is on the retreat.
Lin's trying to get out of there whilst he still can. Hex goes off on the Shadow Hunter and it will quickly be surrounded and it will be mowed down. Will he get out there alive? Looks like it will. The Blade Master comes in to take the fight. He's been ensnared and the Shadow Hunter falls. And there goes the Blade Master straight afterwards. And Fly takes map 1 and he flew right through it. 11 minutes on the clock. Awesome stuff from Fly.
Fly is really playing so incredible, amazing lately. It's just, it's insane. He's not making any mistakes. He's scouting everywhere. He got a bit lucky with the items though. He got very good items. But of course he also took the risk for creeping those camps, and he was right there to finish sometimes no overseer, which was normally on Lin's side of the map. So yeah, you can't really call that lucky with items when he's actually the one just creeping more. Yeah, just another very solid game by Fly, and really Lin didn't do much wrong, but yeah, such small things matter a lot, and yeah, Fly was really what you said, one small ahead.
Lin's words in the chat for the next one. Yeah. Item.
Lin says item PT, yeah, very good items of course for Fly. 255 critical we saw while that Scroll of the Beast was being used, yeah, that's kinda insane. On level 4.